The Atlanta Falcons are an interesting team. People have just kind of counted them out when in fact they could be really good. And we've all kind of paid attention to some of the offensive weapons. But in this video, we're going to look at defense, and it's been pretty interesting so far in camp. If you're new to our channel, we make videos for teams that don't get the love nationally like they should. The Atlanta Falcons being one of those teams. Nobody's really paying attention to them. And we would know, we are Detroit Lions fans. So we know all about it. We cover Detroit. Our main channel is called Sports Talk Detroit. Check that out. But as I was looking at the Falcons, excited about them offensively, got splash players offensively. And I think if anything, people are kind of paying attention to Bijan, paying attention to that. But really, the story out of camp is how well the Atlanta Falcons defense is doing, especially run defense. And I absolutely love it. Let's take a look at some things that are going on. First of all, this comes out of training camp after day 7, and it says another day of stout run defense. So as I was doing some research, they are really all over it, run defense wise. So the run defense has been absolutely unrelenting since the pads came on, and that's big because before pads come on, I feel like the defense is at a disadvantage, right? They can't be as physical. You can't really tell what's going on. Pads come on, defense is doing great. The defense is getting penetration. The linebackers are playing their gaps, and everyone seems to be rallying to the ball with intensity. I'm going to show you why this is happening. One of the players that I think just doesn't get enough. So that's one article. Then we go to another article here. It is titled, let's get to the title. Phenomenal defense continuing to improve. Who said phenomenal? It was the rookie offensive lineman Chris Lindstrom said, hey, this is awesome. Particularly point out his battles with Grady Jarrett. Grady Jarrett is so underappreciated in the NFL. Did you know he's 30 years old? Did not know that. He was drafted by the Atlanta Falcons after going to Clemson. He was at Clemson 2011 to 2014 during the heyday of Clemson there when they really kind of came out of nowhere. Drafted in the 5th round. Love that. In 2015. And all he's done is play a ton of games. 2015, he plays 15 games. 2016, he plays in all 16 games. 17, plays in all 16 games. He's constantly there, available, playing. 2018 played great. 2019 played great. 2020 selected to his 2nd Pro Bowl. 2021 played all 17 games, and then in 2022 he signed a 3-year extension worth $67 million, worth every penny. Grady Jarrett is anchoring this defensive line, and so this rare strategy of, okay, everybody's paying attention to our splash players. I absolutely love that. But we're going to get down nitty gritty. Nobody's paying attention. And we are going to establish our defensive line, our linebackers, and our secondary with smart moves, not overspending. So what happens is typically teams are going to just like, all right, we got to fix the defense. And they fix it with high-end free agents. The Falcons quietly, no one's even paying attention. You got Grady Jarrett. You got Zach Harrison out of Ohio State. You pick him up in the 3rd round. This is an Ohio State player that's 6'5", 275 pounds, who just has a high ceiling. Again, nobody's paying attention to him. And you go trade for Jeff Okudah in the secondary. That's the number 3 overall pick, who is a good player. Again, we're Detroit Lions fans, so I can tell you all about him. He's good. It just didn't work here in Detroit. It was just kind of clunky. It was just time to move on. And for the Lions, it represented more than just trading him. It represented the old regime, and just the Lions. It was so bad that I truly believe it was more of a symbolic thing of they got rid of Hawkinson. They got rid of Jeff Okudah. Time to move on from the old players that Patricia got in here. You know, no offense to these guys, but we had to go on with Okudah. So what I'm telling you is, I say that to say Okudah is a good player that just didn't have the right opportunity here. Kind of got weird. So you got the number 3 overall pick in Jeff Okudah. So when you look at the Atlanta Falcons, that's what I love. Grady Jarrett. Bud Dupree is standing out. all of these names, you look at the defensive side of the Atlanta Falcons, and this is why they get no love nationally. Nobody just jumps right off the page at. Even Grady Jarrett, who, if you're an Atlanta Falcons fan, you know this guy is there day in, day out. Lucky to have him. 30 years old, but still playing at a high level defensive tackle. Yeah, Grady Jarrett, he's pretty good. No, he's great. Bud Dupree, Jesse Bates, I love him. Jeff Okuda, AJ Terrell. Linebackers are playing well. Troy Anderson is coming on. So everybody knows, oh, Desmond Ridder, what's he going to do? That's like, well, they do have Bijan, Drake London, Kyle Pitts. So I like that. No. What you have is if Desmond Ridder, and we get it, Desmond Ridder has to play well, but you've got splash players offensively, a good offensive line. Chris Lindstrom steps in here to solidify that offensive line, but it's the defense. It's the strategy of getting really good, smart, paying attention to what's going on, defensive players that nobody else is paying attention to in the National Football League. Grady Jarrett being the main attraction. I think it's so smart. I think the NFC South is wide open. The NFC is not wide open, but it's not the AFC. AFC is very difficult. You got Cincinnati, Kansas City, Buffalo, Ravens, Steelers. I mean, you just go on in the AFC, and it's very difficult. Chargers. In the NFC, you've got the Philadelphia Eagles, and then a bunch of, we'll see, Lions supposed to be good. We'll see, Cowboys. I don't know, right? So you just start going all on the list. I mean, even the Panthers are going to win the division. I mean, are they? I like what the Panthers are doing. I really like what the Panthers are doing, but the Atlanta Falcons have an opportunity to do something really, really big. Nobody's talking about it because of the moves they've made defensively, not the splash players offensively. And so the run defense, and the defensive coordinator said, we need to earn the right to rush the passer, meaning on first and second down, we have to play super stout, stop the run. That's what I love about football. No matter how much the game evolves, it's still such a good sport because the core of it doesn't change. And what is the core? You got to be able to run the ball, stop the run. That's it. And so when you look at the Falcons, what are they going to do? They're going to be able to run the ball. By the way, you signed Godwin Igwebuike, who was a Detroit Lion a couple of years ago. Incredible. The only reason we let him go was because we had this other third string running back that came out of nowhere. Really liked how physical he was, steady with the ball. Godwin is electric. And I don't know why he can't stick on teams. He must have problem holding on to the football. That's the only thing I can think of in like practice. Or he looks sketchy holding on to it because he's explosive. Everywhere he goes, the guy is explosive. I mean, I can't remember who he was with last year, but it was Seattle. Dude's returning kicks. Like, what the heck? The Lions should have kept him. Seattle should have kept him. Now he lands with the Atlanta Falcons. I absolutely love it. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Atlanta Falcons, interesting team. Check out our other channel as well, Sports Talk Detroit. And Lions, Falcons. Love it. Love the Lions, love the Falcons. Love to see them in the NFC Championship game. Why not? Let's go. See you on the next one.